on, guys? So today's track prep video, gonna be dropping in a new oil cooler. It's not a new unit, it's a used unit off of a wrecked M4, but no damage to it. Works just fine. There's no from what I know from Toby here at RSR, Studio RSR, he told me there's no extra performance you gain, or extra cooling performance you gain from going aftermarket oil cooler. So we're gonna go ahead and just rock with the OEM unit. They're cheaper, easier to find, especially on wrecked cars. And yeah, so we just picked it up. I just picked it up right now from RSR and headed back to the house. Gonna go ahead and drop it in. It's super easy. And then I'll show you guys how damaged mine was. Mine was actually JB welded a couple months back. And then again, now it started leaking again. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop in this new one, or new to me, and should be fine for the track. Also getting the Turner Motorsport metal skid plate today in the mail. So it's all perfect timing to get that all buttoned up at the bottom. Now to update you guys on what I've already done. So we replaced that MAF sensor, and in the first video, basically I thought what was the bad MAF because it had that crack. Turns out it wasn't that MAF, it was actually the other MAF. So MAFs are good now, and the O2 sensor that I wanted to replace, that is actually the downstream O2 sensor, which means all I have to do is code it out. Because I'm tuned, I do not need an O2 sensor anymore. That's downstream, or post-cat as it's known, downstream or post-cat, whatever you want to call it. So we're just gonna go ahead and rock with it, and it runs just fine. The car rips, it you know, does everything just fine right now. So and then touching on the brakes, I had that weird wobble. I still have that wobble going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and inspect all the rotors, take them all off the car, inspect them. I'm thinking it's gonna be a rear rotor issue. They're kind of old and they're drilled. So that's my idea what may have been going on. Now from what I can see, it's not on the side facing the outside. So it's gonna require me to take off each rear rotor and go ahead and inspect for any cracks. So we'll see. I've driven the car hard and slamming on the brakes, even at 80 where the vibration is happening, there's no vibration when I'm actually, you know, slamming the shit out the brakes. So I think we'll be good regardless, but I would obviously want to make sure and be safe, especially since we had the last track day in the F80. You know, I had that one issue with the brakes, the brake fluid, which by the way, the brake fluid's been changed. We're running 660, no issues there, and it won't be a problem this time around. So other than that, I'll check back in a sec when I'm at the house, got the car on the jacks, ready to go install this oil cooler. So we're here at the house. The Turner Motorsport metal skid plate just arrived. That's my oil cooler all wrapped up with some oil that fell out, but let's go ahead and unbox this. All right, so we have the install kit right here. This is all the plastics, all the metal screws, everything I'm gonna need to install that into the car correctly. And then here we are with the metal unit. This is the not the wrinkled version. The wrinkled version was like an extra, I think $70 or something. It's under the car. There's really no need to have the wrinkled version, but damn, this thing is fucking solid. Very nice, Turner. Turner always makes good shit, to be honest with you. And honestly, this is no exception. This is a lot better than the OEM plastic skid plate. The plastic skid plate is legit like the plastic shit that's under your car. It's just very flimsy, and that's probably why mine cracked. So, yeah, this is super nice. Very heavy too. Not necessarily super heavy, but I mean, you can tell like this is not going anywhere if something gets smacks the bottom of it. This is solid. All right, so let me go ahead and start jacking up the car. So here is the used unit, all cleaned up. I could wash it if I want to. This oil came from just driving over here with it in the car. So no cracks. And then check out mine. Somewhere over here it's cracked and is leaking. These are super easy to remove. It's literally a 313s, and the bracket is right there. Another one over here, and then 210s on the back. Or it could be like this one and be an Allen head, which is 5. It's a 5 mil, and that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this with a 10, shake off that oil feed line. Same with that side. Go ahead and plug in the used unit as fast as we can, because this will be leaking oil. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward install. So I will touch bases when I got this undone and the new unit installed, dropped in, so we can further inspect what went wrong here. All right, again, I just want you guys to see the craftsmanship on this Turner skid plate. So nice. So I got the old oil cooler off and the new one in. It was a bloody mess. So make sure you guys are using something under the car. I had cardboard. As you can see, it's still got around the cardboard in some areas. But yeah, clutch move by using the cardboard. And yeah, so now we're gonna go ahead and install this bitch. Let's get started. Got the old oil cooler right here. It's kind of hard to tell where exactly it could be cracked. Who knows? Maybe, well, that's where they JB welded it. So yeah, that's probably it right there, honestly. But we got the new one in, like I said, and we're just gonna rock with it. It'll be straight. This thing's done. It's toast. More cracks over there on that side. You can see the JB welded it right here and right there. This thing was just fucked from that skid plate, that plastic skid plate just disintegrating. So yeah, just gonna drop in that new skid plate now. I ordered the install kit with it. It's just a bunch of 8 mils. And yeah, we're gonna strap that bitch on real tight and we should be straight and good to go. So, new day, new problems. I'm just kidding. But I did run into problems to where I did have to stop, actually. And that was because I just didn't have the correct hardware. I thought that Turner kit included everything needed. But if yours rips out like mine did and there's like nothing left, you're going to need a bunch of these C-clips. So I went ahead and bought 15. The Turner kit comes with 11 screws, but I just wanted to buy some extra C-clips just in case I lose them while working on the car. And then you're going to need 2 of these expanding nuts is what they're called. And there's 2 that go on each side. They're bigger. You'll notice they're symmetrical from each other, and they're in bigger holes. So we're going to go ahead and drop this in right now, finally knock this out, and yeah, go test the oil cooler on the street. Check in a sec with it all buttoned up. All right, guys, let's take a moment and soak this all in, how pretty it looks. So it uses the factory mounting points for the skid plate. As you can see, I'm still missing some hardware. I'm missing the cover from each side. I have that in my garage. I'll throw that on right now. And then also I have to fix this. It's kind of misaligned. There needs to be, supposedly these go up there, but honestly I have no fucking clue how this goes into there. But I'll do some manipulating and see what I can come up with. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. I don't really have anything else for you guys as far as the skid plate goes. And you can see oil cooler nice and protected, very hard, very sturdy, beautiful.